What's poppin' T Squad? It's your girl Keisha, and I'm here with tonight's All Tea All Shade. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Real Housewives of Potomac season 5 episode 6 review. I got some tea for you guys. Okie dokie. So after last week's episode, Wendy tweeted, "My delivery was wrong. I was just missing my baby girl," crying emoji. "I wish I would have been told that we could bring our babies on the trip because I would have definitely brought mine. Sending love to @Ashley Darby." That kind of sounds like a dig towards Monique, which is unnecessary. You acted a monkey. Twitter tore your ass up. You knew you needed to apologize because you were 100% wrong in how you came at that woman. And once again, it wasn't Monique's fault that you didn't ask to bring your goddamn baby. So don't be trying to throw little subtle jabs at Monique because you missed your baby and didn't ask to bring yours. So bye for Wendy. Karen was interviewed this week also, and she had a lot to say about Giselle and how Giselle has attacked Monique's family. Here are the two videos and what she had to say.
Print a t-shirt when she decided to go back to Jamal. She did that to me. I didn't call Jamal Uncle Ben. She called my husband Uncle Ben. In my opinion, Giselle should just be grateful that I am kind enough to forgive her and even speak to her. Through the years, if we look at what Giselle has done, her history speaks for itself. I don't need to defend myself. Giselle is just reaching because, again, that veil about Giselle is being pulled back, and people are going to see her for who she really is.
Yeah. Well,
and I say, walk in your truth.
Well, you've always been up and down. Do you think there's hope for your friendship with her?
Actually, I'm on pause with that because if she doesn't change, I'm not sure I want someone like Giselle to be called my friend. She has to stop tearing down families. She has to. This season alone, and I said this before, I'm not about what she's bringing to TV concerning the Samuels family. She attacked my family. I didn't print a t-shirt.
I would agree. I'm happy that Karen sees her for her works and are not fooled by it. The thing that she tried to do to Monique, if you don't know, they tried to plot against Monique to say that she cheated on her husband and that her baby possibly is not Chris is. It was disgusting. It was vile, and I'm not here for it. We all are seeing Giselle for her works this season. I've never really liked Giselle since season 1, but this season it's blatant that she is the bone carrier. She is the shit starter. She throws a rock and hides a hand and let everybody fights around her, and we the viewers are now seeing her for who she is. This is also what Karen had to say.
It's just too much. It's disgusting. It's despicable, and I want nothing to do with it. So I don't know that I want someone like Giselle in my life unless she does some personal work on herself and understand that you just don't do that. Not even for fun. If that's her kind of fun. It's just wrong. This is an unborn child that we're talking about this season that she's attacking, and I have a moment with that. I have not torn down one woman on this show to stand up, and I think I'm faring pretty well. How about you?
No, very well. So I just for people who aren't super fans, I mean obsessed, but not looking at social media all the time in their lives, because there's been a lot going on off of the show. I'm curious, from watching the show, it seems like right now the Monique rumors, Giselle said it on camera, but it seems Charisse mainly. Do you think that Giselle is the main person behind the Monique rumors?
I know she is. And now it's the Samuels family. Well, let's be very clear.
Well, she said what she said. She said she knows she's behind it.
It's just too much. It's yes.
What? Well, okay. Let me make sure I got everything.
With this.
I'm curious, from what I'll set it on camera, but it seems...
Okay, so we got everything from that clip. Okay, I agree, like I said, with Karen that she's gone too far. Karen knows for a fact that she was the one behind it. I can't wait to get the receipts and the tea on all of that at the reunion. Also this week, Monique did an interview with DJ Richie Sky. I am subscribed to his channel. Shout out to him. He does his thing over there. And in the interview, we got a lot of answers to the questions that we all as viewers have been wondering about. So I have 3 separate videos on that, and she answered some pertinent questions that we all have been wondering about. So here's video 1.
Yes.
What was that supposed to convey to us?
Okay, so this part right here, I caught it at the tail end of him asking her the question. So what he was asking her is, what was that conversation about after the dinner for Ashley with her and Candace that the producer showed the audio, but we didn't see the visuals? He was asking her, what was that whole thing about? So this is her answer.
I don't know what it was supposed to convey. I think that was their whack attempt at trying to make me look like I'm two-faced and try to prove whatever point she was making. But when I came out of that dinner, we had squashed it at the table. So when we came out and we're all laughing and giggling and, we've been drinking and having a good time, at that point, that's when I grabbed her. And I said, I had to. And I'm laughing and she's pissed. And the reason she was pissed is because we had this agreement that we would give each other a heads up when things are going to go down when we're filming. And she didn't give me a heads up about Sharice. I was totally caught off guard with that. And then the dinner happens, and I knew I wanted to address this with her. Now, old Monique would have called her before the dinner and said, yo, that wasn't cool what you did with Sharice. Why wouldn't you tell me? And we would have had that talk off camera. But I said, you know what? I'm going to give her the energy she's giving me. So since you don't want to give me a heads up off camera, I'm not going to give you a heads up off camera. Now let's think back to season 4. She did the crap with the whole homicide comment. She didn't give me a heads up then. And I was just like, whoa, blindsided by who? Ashley of all people. So
I forgot all about the whole homicide thing. She did throw her underneath the bus on that one as well. I totally forgot about that. So, like, I'm with Monique, you get what you give, bitch. I'm not gonna keep on looking out for you and you ain't looking out for me. Here is the next video. Hold up.
My way. It's 2 questions, and I want you to just answer one by one. Mm-hmm. Before I even get to Sharice, people want to know why or how were you able to film with Giselle knowing what we now know about the allegations that Candiace clued us into, that there was this plot to bring up your youngest baby?
Right. So I'll just ask the question to the people watching. What would you do if you have a situation that you do not want to give life to? And you know if you confront that person, everybody's going to be looking around like, well, what are they arguing about? Why is she upset? Now I have to explain to everyone why I'm upset. So I had to make a decision. Do I get along to get along and just let it ride and know what I know, but at the same time keep my head on swivel and do what I can do to be cordial for the group? And then if it does come up, I handle it. If it doesn't, then we just ride off in the sunset. I don't trust Giselle. Let's make that clear. People giving her a little bit too much credit right now for her part in what's going on with me and Candace. She has no part in that. That was collateral damage. She wasn't expecting that. Her only motive was to befriend me so that she can then bring Sharice around and then expose whatever it is that they wanted to tell as far as all those lies that have been going around. She didn't anticipate that me and Candace would have a falling out because Sharice was there. She didn't know any of that. She ain't that smart. That's just something that just happened along the way. But like I said, I'll pose the question to the viewers. What would you do? My ultimate goal is to protect my family, to protect my children. Now, if I have an issue with somebody, it has to be explained why I have an issue with somebody. So if it's my kids and you keeping my kids and my family out your mouth, I'm just going to keep my head on swivel and then I'm going to just do my part, whatever I need to do, and be around the group and be as cordial as possible.
And I think a lot of people...
Okay, so she finally answered the question of why she was cordial towards Giselle this season. It was smart. Keep your enemies close. I get the gag on it. So if it does come up, I'm gonna handle it. If it doesn't come up, it won't get brought up. Why would I give light to something that is so damaging to my family? And why even give them that moment that they're looking for, you know what I'm saying? But I peep game and I peep all of you. This is a job. I'm gonna get along to get along, but I see you bitches for your works. So there you go. And last video before we get to this review.
Everything that Giselle has brought up about She said stuff about Karen and her relationship, stuff about Michael and Ashley. None of you guys have mentioned any of the rumors about her relationship or with her ex-husband, now turned new man. How is it that you guys were able to give her so much grace that she never gave you guys?
Because we're decent people. We're human beings who don't project our issues on other people, and we're not miserable. So my focus is not on her and what she has going on, ever. But you'll notice that people like her that always want to bring up other people's relationships and try to throw dirt on them, it's because they're the ones that have something to hide. So her with her decisions on who she wants to be with and who she's dating at the moment, she knows what's coming. So for her, the best thing she can do is to try to throw attention at everybody else, so nobody's watching what she has going on. When she has the dirtiest closet, her and her man. So we'll see a reunion, because at the end of the day, people send me stuff all the time. Like I said, in my life, every single person in this circle has had some crazy. Have you ever?
All right, so there's the answers to the questions that we all have been dying to know. Seem like this reunion gonna be juicy. Seem like Karen and Monique are gonna be coming for Giselle ass, and she deserves to be placed in the hot seat this season because her ass fucking deserves it. Okay, now on to my review. So this episode picks up exactly where we left off last week with Wendy and Ashley arguing. They going back and forth. Karen in her confessional say, I'm trying to figure out what planet Wendy is on. Usually I'm crazy, but your ass is whacked. That shit was funny. Karen has been having some wonderful confessionals with their little short blonde hairstyle. That hairstyle has brought out that bitch in her. Karen and her reads have been legendary. And it just tickles me every time. So, of course, here come Candiace doing the most, getting a fork and singing into it, trying to diffuse the situation. Like, girl, you can barely carry a tune. You crack every other note. Nobody wants to hear you sing, bitch. You're not getting a record deal. You're not getting an EP, bitch. Stop it. You can't sing. So, Ashley then picks up the phone and pretends like she's on the phone, asks for Wendy to be taken back to Baltimore. And Wendy say, you can't call no car because your phone is disconnected, you brokey. So everybody looking like you brokey, like what the fuck, like how she broke, like the fuck. So Ashley say, that's stupid, Wendy, or whatever. And then Wendy say, I have 4 degrees. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. I was like, this is the only thing this bitch has a claim to fame, that she done went to college and got 4 fucking degrees. Like ain't nobody else in the history of fucking college has ever done that. Like, hooray for you, bitch. You got 4 fucking degrees. I hate for people when they arguing to talk about who they are and what they done. That shit is so braggadocious and uncouth and just like, just read a bitch. You don't have to read a bitch with I got this, I got that. That ain't got nothing to do with this situation. You having 4 fucking degrees and then talking about I'm not stupid. I know some of the smartest people that are street dumb, that have no street smarts, that don't have any life smarts, and she's one of them. So Monique in her confessional say, we already have a Candiace, that somebody that doesn't know how to control their mouth. We don't need another one. And I was like, hey, the fuck, man, like, she's just doing team too much. I should have known I wasn't gonna like her, especially since she got brought in through Candiace, and I can't stand Candiace, so I should have known I wasn't gonna like Wendy ass. So Ashley say, what are you saying? And Wendy say, you're a bug, go away. And everybody looking like, the fuck she called this girl a bug? Like, I mean, she does have an insecty look to her, but I'm like, bitch, y'all could be cousins. Like, the fuck? You look like something that creep around in the dark, and so does Ashley. So if she's a bug, you're a bug, ma'am. So, Robin explains to Wendy what Ashley meant by saying what she was saying was stupid. What she was saying is like that Reed was stupid. She wasn't calling her stupid. She was saying what she said was stupid. And Wendy was like, she understood exactly what she was saying or whatever. Robin also reiterates to her that, you know, she's not broke. Michael is rich. You can tell Robin felt some type of way. You know, Robin is the brokest one out the group. So Robin low-key felt some type of way, like, this bitch gonna call me a broke bitch? Her true colors shine right through. So Wendy, her confession say, I didn't say Michael was broke. I said Ashley was broke. Her booty hole is broke too. So she broke times two. Now that was a good one. That was a good read, Wendy. I see you on that one. So Karen says she's never called anyone in the group a bitch in the 5 years they've been on the TV. But of course, the producers had to play it back when she called Robin a fucking bitch. And I was like, okay, Karen, now I'm usually riding with you, but now you're capping. So Monique in her confessional say, if it was that hard being here, you didn't have to come or whatever. And I do agree that Wendy was, having some, postpartum issues. She missed her baby, but it still doesn't give her an excuse to act the way that she did. You know what I'm saying? Like, she just did too much and for no fucking reason. And she was standing on what the fuck she was saying at the time. Like, she was adamant that she was not fucking wrong. So Ashley puts her man baby to bed, child, because, he had a long day doing taxes. It was tax season, and that baby had a lot of clients. You know what I'm saying? He is an accountant. He been at his firm for years. That baby is tired. So Wendy and Candace are in their room and they're talking. They put on their bonnets and Wendy say, I held my ground. And she was like, Candace was like, you sure did. And Wendy says, they said apologize. I said, no, fuck you. I'm not apologizing. I'm like, for you to be talking about how you got 4 degrees every 5 minutes and how you a CNN correspondent and you a professor at Johns Hopkins. Bitch, you one of the ghettoest bitches I've ever met in my life. Like, I said, fuck you. I ain't apologize. Like, they didn't teach you manners, bitch. You should have went to debutante school or some bullshit. Like, girl, because you are rat at shit. Wendy in her confessional say they disregard how I feel about my daughter, so them hoes can't tell me how I should feel or whatever. Okay, maybe if you would have said that, like, you guys, I'm missing my baby. She was premature. We had to go through a lot to get her home. Like, being separated from her gives me anxiety. But you didn't say that. You came from a mean, harsh place and just throwing around bitches and bugs and all types of shit to somebody who didn't do anything to you. This like was your second time meeting this woman. I could see if y'all had beef or something, but she hadn't done nothing to you, ma'am. So Candace brings up her calling Ashley a bitch, and Wendy was like, I mean, was that too much? And she was like, So Candace in her confession says it's probably not the best to call someone a fake bitch that you just met yesterday. And I was like, exactly, like, girl, why is you going so hard at somebody you don't even fucking know, calling her fake bitches and this and that, and you phony and I'll never be friends. Like, she was just doing the most. So it's day 2 at the lake house. Monique, we learned, gave everyone gift baskets with their names stitched on these robes, which was a really nice touch. Monique and Giselle decided to have a pancake cook-off. Giselle in her confessional said, I can't believe that me and Monique are in a good place. And I'm like, yeah, y'all in a good place because you're trying to take her down and you wanted to act like you were cool with her. So when that shit went down, you could say, I ain't got nothing to do with this. Me and Monique are actually doing good this season. I didn't have anything to do with this, her and Sharice thing. Girl, we see right through you and your bullshit. So, Ashley in the room feeding Dean steak and eggs so he could get ready for work. I'm going to hell talking about that baby. So she calls Michael on the phone, but he don't answer. And she says in her confessional that she's used to not seeing him during the day. So it's like, at first she thought that she was gonna, have a rough time taking care of Dean by herself and being away from Michael, but it actually was easier than she thought. And so the producers fast forward 12 hours later to when Candiace gets the text message about Michael out in the streets doing dirt. But like we've all already acknowledged that Ashley know her nigga. She know exactly who she's married to. She know he out there doing whatever with men or women, and she does not care. She's putting up with it until she gets everything that they stipulated in that prenup. When that prenup, whatever that she waiting on to get that bag, she gonna chuck his ass up the deuce, get that money that was owed to her. She gonna get her alimony and she gonna get her child support. So Ashley know what the fuck she doing. Ashley is playing chess, not fucking checkers. So that's why I don't feel sorry for her with this Michael situation. She is accepting getting embarrassed because she is playing the long game. Where was I at? So the girls sit down and they taste the pancakes. Giselle said that Monique pancakes tasted like oil and said, who want olive oil pancakes? I don't understand why she would cook pancakes in some olive oil. The fuck? I can see some coconut oil, but some olive oil? Ugh. So Monique said Giselle pancakes taste like her fashion choice. All wrong. That shit was funny. So Monique wins presentation and Giselle won on the taste, but her pancakes was ugly. The total score and the winner was Monique, who I knew was going to win, even though now that I know she cooked her pancakes in olive oil, bitch, I would never eat them. So the husbands are arriving the next day, and Monique is on the phone with Chris. She had already asked him prior to the trip to barbecue when they got there, so everybody could eat. But he was like, I ain't going to be able to fish and get on the boat and stuff, so instead I'm just going to have it catered. And she was just looking like, this is my birthday. I asked you to do one thing. And so instead of doing what I asked you to do, you're more worried about you kicking it instead of being there for me. Like, I'm always there for you. So now I understand more where she's coming from, where it's not equal, where I go all in for you, go overboard to make sure you're taken care of. But then when it comes to me, you just want to throw money at it and make everything just go away when you're not putting in the effort. So I understand more and see more where she's coming from. And she was like, it's just another thing I'm going to store in my brain to, talk about later. So Wendy and Giselle go for a walk and they both got on cat suits. Wendy had on a snakeskin one, looking like an earthworm. I don't know where she was going, Jesus. Giselle tells her that after the night before, she, really wanted to get to know her, but now she's having second thoughts and that she might not want to get to know Wendy. Wendy says, my kids aren't of age to be home by themselves for this long. And then to see another baby here is like, wow, my baby could have been here. Girl, your kids is old enough to be at home with their daddy. Girl, stop it. I can see if your babies was 2 and 3, them big ass niggas can be at home with their daddy for 2 days. Girl, sit the fuck down. You're doing the most. So Giselle tells her to leave the motherhood, conversation alone. And she was like, okay, noted. And that her anger shouldn't even be directed towards Ashley since they don't have any prior beef. They don't even really know each other. But that her anger should really be pointed towards Karen. And I'm like, here she goes stirring the pot again. Here the fuck she goes trying to pit these two against each other. So they showed a flashback of Karen in the kitchen with them on the first day. And she was saying, I would like to get to know Wendy. You think she'll get past 3 babies and a freelance correspondent for CNN? Because as we've all learned, you can't learn shit else about her outside of her credentials. Like, let's get past that. We get what you do for a living, bitch. Let's learn something else about you. And this was after Giselle had brought up Wendy questioning Karen's sex life. She was trying to bait her into having an attitude with Wendy and to confront Wendy and be all rah, rah, rah. And yes, she did take the bait and confront her, but she did it in such a classy way that there really was no argument. Karen checked her real quick and the whole situation was over. So since that didn't work, Giselle then decided to run to Wendy because she sees that she's a ticking time bomb and she on go and she just ready for somebody to say something about her. She knew that she was an easy target and would believe everything that she's fucking saying. So Giselle says she questioned and wondered if you're like a freelancer or a floozy freelancer. And that girl did not call her no fucking floozy. You see how motherfuckers can put 10 on 20 and make shit even more worse than what the fuck it is? Gonna say that woman call her a floozy. And of course, Wendy just waiting. So she was like, a floozy. I'm a professor at Johns Hopkins. Here she go giving her credentials again. Like, we ain't heard it for the 50 million times. Bitch, we read your press release. We know what you do. So the girls get on the boats. And they did a back shot of Wendy in that goddamn jumpsuit, bitch, which served her no good. I'm like, bitch, with all your credentials, please go get a BBL. Please go get a fat transfer and get a butt. Because she was sitting up there walking around looking like a whole centipede, looking like a tapeworm. She got nobody, bitch. I always want to talk about this, and that. How about you go get your butt done, bitch? Because you was flat. You had no right disrespecting my eyesight in that snakeskin jumpsuit, bitch. Just looking just pressed like a panini. So Wendy tells Ashley as they're sitting fishing that her actions were not cool and that the use of the bitch word had no place in the conversation they had. So Ashley was like, is that an apology? Because I still haven't heard one. She didn't even want to say sorry. This is how stubborn this woman is, that Ashley had to apologize to her in order for her to get an apology. Bitch, you was a better bitch than me, because ain't no way in hell I would apologize to Wendy ass. So Ashley asks her, is something going on with you? And Wendy says that, she misses her baby and says that her third baby doesn't differ from her other two. And I get that, we all get it, but once again, she's just all wrong to me. So Ashley admits that she has postpartum depression, and they bond a little bit over that, which they could have been bonding over from the beginning because they're both new moms. So Ashley then gets Michael on the phone. And in her confessional, the producers asked Ashley, does Michael like being second in her life now to baby Dean? And Ashley says he hates it. And I was like, that says a lot. So Ashley says to Michael on the phone, so you had this really big dinner last night. How did it go? And Mike say, good dinner with all the retail guys, and I had a few drinks. I'm a little worse for wear today. And they play the cryptic music because this is him telling on himself. We already know he was out with his homeboys. Now we know he got drunk. So it's just like, oh shit. So she tells him that he can't be drinking like that because they haven't been drinking for almost a year. And we can tell that he's probably going to use that as an excuse for why he did what he did that night. So Karen calls Ray on the phone and is upset that he isn't excited when she calls him. Once again, I don't even believe this goddamn storyline. I think this shit is fake. So the ladies are getting bored as they eat. It's bored as hell out there in no man's land. And so Giselle decides to have a pageant with Ashley and Candace because, they both pageant girls. So during the question round, Giselle asks Candace, how does she feel being so short? First of all, you're not going to come for us short bitches. You're not. You're not. You jacking a beanstalk looking ass bitch. I am only 5'2", maybe 5'3" on a good motherfucking day. And I like being short, bitch. I like looking up at my nigga when I got a nigga. Bitch, I don't want to be able to reach the top shelf on my own. I want my nigga to come do it. Fuck you, bitch. Looking like one of the Twin Towers. So then she says to Ashley, how does it feel having a larger forehead than most? And I couldn't believe she asked that to that girl. Karen in her confessional say, Giselle, you know better. Ain't nobody talk about your stovepipe legs. Thought I was the only one that talk about Giselle and them goddamn tree stumps she called legs. She was like, let me judge your ass. And I was like, exactly, Karen. You better eat her ass up. But if I was Ashley, I would have asked her, how the fuck does it feel to have a whole road map on your neck, bitch? Your whole neck look like a whole fucking pumpkin patch. Instead of the kids going to the pumpkin patch, they can pretend like your neck is a fucking maze, you big old bitch, you. I cannot stand fucking Giselle. Like, how you gonna talk about somebody with all the motherfucking imperfections your ass got? I would never want to walk around with my neck looking like a pack of sausages, bitch, looking like Hillshire Farms on my goddamn neck. You raggedy hoe, you look like some Jimmy Dean sausages. Girl, fuck her. I would eat Giselle ass up. Giselle ass would cry after I got done with her. So during the talent competition, Ashley twerks. It was horrible. And Candiace, I was like, please don't let her sing. But that's the only thing she could do. She sang happy birthday. We done seen this bitch sing happy birthday on this goddamn show like 9 million times. And each time her voice cracks and she sounds a mess. So Candiace ends up winning the little fake pageant. So as the ladies are getting dressed for dinner, Candiace gets the infamous text message that read, my girl is a bartender at the strip club and I came to see her. Child, he was in there to several strippers. He was talking about how he got a boyfriend and a wife. That was a text message that they allowed us to see on this screen. So she freaking the fuck out. She asked the camera guys, like, are y'all gonna blur out the person name? And they was like, yes. So she grabs her phone and things and goes to the guest house. So Candace in her confessional says the woman who texted me is a friend of mine. She works at an establishment where she has a friend who witnessed Michael ask some random women to come back to his hotel with him. And I don't know if y'all remember early part of this year, the video, I even posted it on one of my behind the scenes tee where Michael was caught in the bed with another woman. I don't know if this is from that night. I don't know if this is what's going to come out on the show, but Michael was caught in the bed with another woman. We saw him in the bed. We heard the woman on the phone talking about them having an affair and things of that nature. So it has been shown and proven that he is cheating on Ashley. Now, is this going to be a part of the storyline? I don't know, but I mean, there's no denying at this time. Like, he can't deny, he can't say it was old, it's brand new. We all know that it was you and that this happened during you and Ashley's marriage. So, Candiace goes to the guest house to get Giselle. She tells Giselle about the text message and asks what to do because, you know, her and Ashley are now finally on good terms and she doesn't want to fuck that up, but you know, really down below, she don't give a fuck about their marriage. So Giselle say, we need to tell her tonight. So the ladies go to dinner in town and everybody's staring at them like, where the fuck these black bitches going and looking so cute because, you know, they all rusty and dusty and shit, looking like some country bumpkins. So Ashley ends up sitting next to Candace. She like, Jesus, be offense, why is she sitting next to me? So Robin brings up Juan not taking the kids to school since she has been gone. And that prompts Monique to bring up, you know, how she always provides Chris with a whole staff when she's gone, but how she needs to start doing that for herself. And, you know, it would just be nice if he did things like that for her. And Robin can understand how that feels to be with a man of means who has everything catered to them, but then doesn't really do the same for you. So she was like, I don't really see him losing his money, so we don't know if Chris is ever going to change. So they're eating crab's legs, and Ashley didn't know that the little yellow and little grayish stuff that be in the crab legs was poop. Her mama told her that was mustard. Oh God. Bitch, I would fight my mama every time I fucking saw her. You been letting this girl eat that shit this whole life. That's why her booty hole fucked up. She been over here eating shrimp and crab leg shit. And her body don't know how to digest that shit. She probably got all kind of infection and worms and shit all up in her and maggots, girl. So Ashley, Monique asked Ashley how Michael is doing with her and baby Dean being gone, and she was like, you know, he's doing fine. He had a boys' night last night. And Candace looking at Giselle like, oh shit, and Giselle look like, leave me out of it. And then we see Candace say Ashley, and then it goes off. And we see next week's episode, we see more of Candace and Monique getting into it. And based off Monique's hairstyle, I'm guessing that episode 8 will be when they fight, because that's the hairstyle that Monique has. So the fight is coming up very, very soon. I give tonight's episode overall an A. It was very good. These ladies are bringing it. They're bringing the drama. This is a dynamic group of women. I'm liking the way things are going. I can't wait to see how this whole thing plays out. Yeah, so I'm ready to see the fight, bitch. I'm ready to see the rumble in the jungle. Make sure you guys thumbs up this video, like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell button. My P-Value season finale review is up, as well as my Lovecraft Country review. My Love and Marriage Huntsville review is up, and my Power Book 2 Ghost review is up, as well as Marriage Boot Camp. I love you guys. I will see you on the next review. Have a safe and blessed night. Oh, and by the way, you guys, my reviews for Saturday will be up late. They probably won't be up until Sunday, because Saturday I'm having a private dinner here at my home, which I will be doing a video on that I will add to my home tour video. So on my birthday, having a little chef come and prepare a meal for me and my closest. So yeah, so Saturday I won't be doing the Love and Marriage Huntsville nor Power review until Sunday. So be expecting those on Sunday, not Saturday night. Love you guys. Bye.